absolutely incredible there. Signing Kata Tsubasa no Tenshi, also known as the One-Winged Angel from Final Fantasy VII. Of course, one of the more famous pieces from the realms of Nintendo's era, though it was technically a Sony game, because Sony were friends with Nintendo at one point. As we were talking about, the Nintendo PlayStation was an actual thing. So yeah, look that up if you don't believe me. Now then, I'm joined back again by Isla and Ricky Maskell. Welcome both again to the show. We're into our second part now, talking about Nintendo West Wales, which of course is something you put together for people who are fans of Nintendo to meet up at the moment at the Bristol Trader to play different games, have a chance to play some retro games as well. You know, I can definitely see a couple of parents coming in saying, now then child, we're going to play a little bit of Mario Brothers Super Smash Bros. And I'm going to show you just how terrible wonderful Link was back on the N64. It's going to be great to see. But one thing that's quite important with this as well, this is all voluntary. This isn't a business. This isn't something that is running for profit. This is all for the benefit of the people in Pembrokeshire and for yourself, just to share the love of Nintendo with everyone else.
That's right, yeah. It is literally just run purely on community spirit, and it's just about bringing together people to have a good afternoon gaming.
Absolutely. So when it comes to that as well, can anyone else help to take part? Because, you know, we have a lot of volunteers in the county or people looking to volunteer. But the opportunity to volunteer for something involving gaming, I think, is something that many wouldn't even dream of thinking was possible. So how can they get in contact with you? How you say, hi, yes, I have this one. I have this, and this. You know, I would love to help. How can they get into that?
If people want to reach out, Facebook, Facebook is the best way to reach me. I would love it if somebody wanted to come aboard, help me. It is a lot of work to do. So yeah, some help would be great.
Fantastic. And that's Nintendo West Wales, if I'm right.
Yeah, that's right.
It's hard carrying all the TVs.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Bristol Trader doors. I'm just like there behind the door.
Yeah, I can imagine that. You make it for to carry the big CRT televisions. How cruel of you, sir! How disgraceful! But yeah, it was a different era. These days, with the Switch, of course, it's all on one screen. Or of course, as we hear in the background now, the red and blue opening theme from this lovely little item here from the Nintendo. This is the Game Boy Pocket, as it was called. Those you could just carry around with you all the time. You had to worry about was playing in the dark or having a couple of batteries. But these days, it is so much more accessible, just so much more ability to play with other people these days. It's just great. So you have all the system links. You get like 8 switches on the go if you're doing, say, Smash Bros or something like that, or Mario Party. It is great. But one thing I love as well with Nintendo, which I'm sure you have this, it's other games which are first player, but ones that help you to really link up with as well. One great example being Animal Crossing. Because Animal Crossing New Horizons, we were talking about this just before we came on, really was the game of 2020 for many of us, because it allowed us to link up with other people. Do you have this as well at these events where people can link up their, the different islands? They can get stuff traded through if they want to have, I don't know, a random turn. If they don't want anymore, they can pass to someone else who desperately needs it.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. People, I set up the stuff for the tournament, but people bring their own consoles along. Pokemon is another really good example of it. Trading is such a famous thing in Pokemon, so people do that. But there are some occasional online events as well where people just link up in their homes and play with each other. So yeah, that works too.
Fantastic.
I don't think anyone who goes there doesn't go home without a new friend.
That's true.
Like,
there's been a lot of friendships made.
Enjoy it. It's just,
Brilliant. Because that's one thing that I'd really love to focus on is that friendship aspect. Because of course, it's one thing with Pembrokeshire, we are a little bit further apart from some parts. Unless you're living in, say, Haverfordwest, Pembroke Dock, Tenby, Fishguard. If you're living in the middle of somewhere, so say Spittal, for example, or further down towards Colchester, Kilgetty, it is a much more difficult aspect for people to link up like that. So gaming has been a great source. But the fact they can actually link up with people in person, make new friends, that's got to be one of the biggest benefits for you, just to see that being made as people coming in, not knowing each other, going out literally arms around shoulders on the way out.
Yeah, it was an unexpected bonus for us. I wanted to get people together to game, and then as I saw that friendships were being made, I was surprised that it felt nice to sort of be responsible for that. So it was an added bonus, yeah.
It's like Pokemon Go. It's like every time you see like on a community day, everyone just walking down with their heads on their phone. It's like, Pokemon friends, come.
I will say, I remember when Pokemon Go first came out. I was actually in America, so I got to play it 2 weeks early on my phone. So when I arrived, I managed to claim all the different gyms. And it turns out my parents' house is right next to a Pokestop. So I can lie in my bedroom and just spin every couple of minutes, which is great. I've not touched it in a long time indeed. But yeah, that kind of aspect you're just saying, it is great where you have everyone just linking up, just a love of Nintendo franchise. And of course, we got the TV shows because, of course, we've had the original Legend of Zelda from the 80s, where the famous "Excuse Me, Princess" came from. Then you have, of course, the many Pokemon ones. I remember the original one way back when in the old days. And then, of course, you've had all kinds of other shows going back and forth. I mean, I'd love to see a Samus one. I'd love to see Metroid get some love as a show. That would be so good to have.
That would be great.
So maybe something to have in the future. Maybe a couple of watch-alongs of some of the Pokemon movies, perhaps.
So I had a lot of help from the Nintendo South Wales group. There is a format. There's several different communities around the UK, and they're a bit more established than we are, but they do movie watch-alongs online with each other and things like that. So that is something, as we grow in the future, perhaps, again, that's something I would need a bit of help with.
So any volunteers, please do make yourself known. And of course, the big one is coming up very soon, the Legend of Zelda movie. Not that far away. That's going to be a big one. I think we'll have to collapse onto the Torch Theatre or maybe the Palace or Theatre Y, wherever we go, just to go and watch the film with the appropriate things, maybe with a Skyward Sword or maybe one of the shields, perhaps.
There's definitely potential for a bit of cosplay for that, isn't there? With the stuff we've got.
Oh, yeah, that's one thing. Actually, cosplay competitions. I mean, as a cosplayer, it's definitely something that I adore with that. And I've been debating doing a Luigi cosplay at some point with the missus doing Daisy. So it'd be great to have that. Just have Nintendo characters arrive in Pembrokeshire would be something very special. Maybe especially a Cairo Castle. That would look like Peach's Castle perfectly.
It would be brilliant. I have had a Mario and Luigi at a couple of my events, haven't I?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Isaac with the hats.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you put the hat on a random thing, does it then turn into something else?
It would be cool, but no.
If only. Or, of course, Kirby, of course, being one of the other classics as well. I mean, if someone dressed up in a big inflatable Kirby suit, don't leave any food around them, whatever you do. But yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic. But one thing, just to close out on this one, I want to ask you both, what is your favorite Nintendo game, full stop? You can only choose one. Can't be a franchise. It has to be one particular title. Who is willing to say that first?
You go first.
Hard.
You go first.
You know more games than me.
That makes it even harder.
Yeah, it is hard to pick one, but the one that stands out the most, obviously, Ocarina of Time. It's going to take some topping.
I mean, it definitely is in terms of first-person game, or certainly single-player games, that's still one of the enshrined top ones of all time.
It's iconic, isn't it? That's the time you first enter Hyrule Field and you can go in any direction. It's brilliant.
Mine is probably Animal Crossing. I spent so much time on that.
So, yeah, for good reason, it is the top one for many of them. But one last thing to close out on this one. We've got the tournament coming up. It's on October the 4th, you said, wasn't it?
That's right.
And if you're trying to America this one to go, it's got the Bristol Trader from what time?
1 o'clock to 5 o'clock.
1
Sign
o'clock
up
to
on the
5.
day so you can just turn up and play.
Excellent, excellent. Well, Ricky and Isla, thank you so much for joining me on the show. It's been an absolute pleasure. Now, I'm going to close out with a little bit more music. We're going to have, we talked earlier on about K-pop Demon Hunters. You know what? We're going to have one of the tracks from that, from one of my favorite pieces right at the end, which, a little fun fact, actually, for those who watch K-pop Demon Hunters, when they first made the Honmoon, the soul they use is Jinu's sister. If you go back and watch it again, it turns out both Honmoons that you see in the film, one is made by Jinu's sister, and you get the other one at the end, which I won't say, because if those who haven't watched it, watch the movie. It is well worth it. It is absolutely fantastic. Then to close out from that, we'll talk about Pokemon. It's got to be the Pokemon theme. It's got to be done. So let's dive into that here on POS Radio. Thank you so much once again, folks. Any final remarks?
No, just I hope to see you there at the next event. It would be great to get some more people in.
The fact the whole moon is Gina's sister is so depressing.
Yes. Sorry to end on that sad note there, but yeah, definitely one to watch. But it is incredible stuff on that one. So let's dive into that music here online on DAB, smart speaker, the PWR app. This is your Pembrokeshire, your station, POS Radio.